Welcome, my beautiful souls, and welcome to our reading for Sagittarius for March 2025. Um, this is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. You can certainly be in love with the Sagittarius platonically, romantically. Just know that your spirit guides, who I read through, my guides connect to your guides. We're all one big soul family. Um, they know you're here. So they may have even sent you here. I feel that a lot of times. I really do. Like a lot of people are divinely guided to a certain reading, and not just mine, but, and then everything just makes sense. Um, I feel like you want to really give the gratitude to your spirit guides because they probably sent you signs, something that made you click on a video, but whatever brought you, I say welcome. I love that you're here. I thank you for being here. So Sagittarius, we are going to use a few different decks. So we are going to use Mother Mary for her words of wisdom, of course, our Gilded Tarot to clarify and to go deeper. We will use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread. It's funny, like I intuitively, or I let my intuition choose the decks. More or less, I let my spirit guides tell me which decks. And the Psychic Tarot was the deck for you, which is not a deck I use for you very often. But then I kept hearing, "Welcome to the jungle." Guns N' Roses, "Welcome to the jungle." So I don't know why I'm hearing that, but I am. So we're going to use the Psychic Tarot for your main spread. Spread out the Romance Angels in case love comes into the picture. But when doesn't it? Love is part of life. Um, we're going to use our major arcanas. We'll use these for like our bullet points. I just feel they bring a lot of value to the reading. Definitely let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback on that if you agree. Um, because if the majority don't, I want to do what makes you happy. But let's go ahead and start this reading. I'm going to bring the lid down a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with Mother Mary. Mother Mary. There's certain signs that I always look forward to doing their readings, and you're one of them because they never disappoint. Doesn't mean they're always easy, uh, but that's why I feel like you have to stick around. Well, you don't have to, but sticking around to the end, or at least if you don't have the patience for that, go to the last 10 minutes because I feel like that is where our silver lining lies. And I don't know, it kind of hurts me that I know some of you don't see that part of it. And I don't mean like on a personal level, probably on a spiritual level, I guess. But anyways, so let's go ahead and begin. Mother Mary. Children. I've been getting this a lot for March. Children. My heart is filled with love for children, which creates miracles and positive changes for them and me. Beautiful. Some of you may work with children, volunteer with children, something that I keep thinking about doing. Um, I know when I lived around my grandchildren, they always kept me young at heart. So this could talk about that for some of you, like needing to bring out that playful side of yourself. But we'll see. We'll know why it came out. So, children, Mother Mary, heart is filled with love. All right, I'm going to bring in the major arcanas. And by the way, anyone who's new, first of all, welcome. Welcome to our beautiful soul family. But I want to let you know, I do pre-shuffle all the decks I'm going to use um, beforehand, but I do like to shuffle with you also here. I just feel like it allows me to pick up your energy even more. And I also feel like a reading will find you in divine timing. So even though this is for March, whenever it's the right time for you, I feel like that's when you'll click on it. All right, so let's see. Justice, card Libra. Interesting. I literally just put Libra's reading out right before this. Can certainly talk about cutting ties to something or someone. When justice comes out, I feel like there must be some type of imbalance, whether that be like in a love life, uh, really anywhere, because this sort of justice is really a gift that we're given. It's learning how to cut those ties. Some certain doors are meant to close at certain times, but that's because other doors are like waiting to open. And I do feel when we use this sword for whatever, we'll figure out why, but for whatever you need to use it for, I feel like what it does is brings you balance. Like immediately you feel balanced. Doesn't mean the energy is like immediately clear, but it's definitely putting you on your way. Justice is about making you whole again, but it may take your human action, right? Using that sword, cutting those ties. We're in a universal year 9, the final push, cleaning out that house, cleaning out those cobwebs. And that to me, that's a symbol to the universe that I'm open and ready for new. We have a beautiful Temperance, your major arcana. I always love it when you show up in your own reading. Um, so this is about divine timing, but its first message is patience. And you being a fire sign, that may be something, that you've had to learn, like patience for all good things to come to fruition. I often notice how she's mixing the water of those 2 cups. And it just reminds me of soulmates. We'll see. But again, this is about trusting in divine timing. That means something's coming your way. And it's coming in divine's energy. So nothing to fear here. But yet it seems like the sword needs to be first. Sometimes divine is waiting on us, and other times we're waiting on divine. But if we're waiting on divine, then we know it's going to be in the right time. Okay. Let's keep it. Some of you may be connected to someone, maybe you have children together. And I get that. I got divorced when my children were still pretty young. And I know a lot of people stay in relationships for the children, but I would say reflect upon that. I'm not telling you, of course, this has to be your own decision in that, but this sword needs to be used for something. We have Hierophant, card of Taurus, and then, well, hello, Will. It's even more important now to use that sword. It's like a destined period, a destined time is opening up in your life. Like this wheel is ready to spin. And the Hierophant right before that. The first thing I think of when I see the Hierophant is the light. You know, like this person is a man of God, a woman of God. Um, but really what I feel is the light. I feel like it's a blessing also. It just looks like he's about to bless something. And I love that it's your destiny that's being blessed. So, something is opening up in divine timing. We know it's coming of the light. We didn't need the Hierophant to tell us that. By the way, the Hierophant is a 5. So it doesn't want you to question certain things, like your faith, your morals. Are you living life according to your terms? You may be living in the light and others in the dark, and it may be getting harder and harder and harder to mesh. So, as you raise your vibration, those who don't naturally want to fade away or naturally fade away, the human part of us pulls it back in. Like, well, I don't know, maybe one more try, which is totally your choice, right? That's free will. But this time, using that sword seems to produce like the most beautiful results. All right, let's go ahead into the psychic tarot. Give him a cut. All right. Happy spring for those in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere, you're going into winter. Oh, hello, soulmates. Your very first card. Not only is this the soulmates, but look what it says: spiritual union. Well, I predicted that way back in 2024. First of all, I definitely felt there was going to be a lot of spiritual awakenings. So that sword again, like I'm starting to feel the importance of it, right? Because I don't feel like this has happened yet because it's following the wheel. I feel like this is what lies upon the wheel. And probably both of you are being directed, guided is probably the better word. Interesting. First card, spiritual union. Wow. Okay, so they all want to come out in a block, but we're going to take them. All right. Recognition and reward. I like that a lot, especially coming under temperance. Look at this, another 3. Rejoice and celebration. 33. By the way, I was going to tell you, certainly feel free to ask your guides to give you signs of confirmation. Someone may have a life path 33, or you may be in a personal year 33, or you may be 33. Or none of that applies, but I feel like for someone that 33, you relate to it in some way. Oh my gosh, the lovers. Sagittarius, what's going on here? Okay, so first of all, this is the card of Gemini. The meaning is ahead of a hard decision. It is mirroring spiritual union. It's called harmony in this deck. It's coming right under the wheel. By the way, you add that 3 to 3, that 3 plus 3 brings you to that 6. Soulmates and the lovers are mirroring each other. We have the Hierophant again, so we have double Taurus, by the way. Wisdom, it's called in this deck. We have spiritual strength. Notice that it's a 9. I love this image because I feel like this is our spirit guides have been holding up the roof from collapsing on us. Sometimes it's getting out of our own way. But 9 is always about reflection, but final reflection. Like we're not meant to, yes, we're in a universal year 9. Does that mean I have to reflect all year long? No, because I know a lot of you have already done that. A lot of you, I feel like you're already in, maybe you haven't used the sword yet, but I feel like, especially as we continue to move forward, you're understanding where that sword needs to be used. And man, does it serve you. So, reflection, mirroring temperance, which is patience. First message, patience. So, she's not going to come in between your reflection back. This is really to see how much you have grown over the years. This is the last chapter, or this is the last year to a 9-year chapter. And then we move into the year of the magician. We're in the year of the hermit right now. So, deep spiritual reflection. But how have I grown? Recognition and reward right above that. It's like divine is recognizing the work that you have done, how you've raised your own vibration, your frequency. Feels like you're connecting to another's frequency. And then we have, look at this, double nines above or below double threes. Synchronicities. Double Taurus. Um, I love this card. Material Harvest. This is the Nine of Pentacles. And it's coming below Rejoice and Celebration. I could definitely see some of you doing spiritual work. But I mean for others. It's like you've done your own. Now you have probably a very clear understanding or a better understanding of just the way the world works, recognizing that it's energy. Nine of Pentacles talks about, what you do in the world and the success you can truly build for yourself. I love that it's next to spiritual strength, but also mirroring the Hierophant, which is also the light. It could certainly be like a job promotion also. The meaning of this card is successful self-employment. So if you came here wondering, if you started like, let's say, a new job and you were wondering, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? I'd have to say yes. I definitely have to say yes. The person who benefits from the Nine of Pentacles is you, is the person who puts in the work. And by the way, look how their hands are out. There's no money blocks. Money flows to me easily and from all sources, which is good for me and all of mankind. Money flows to me from all sources, which is good for me and mankind. I don't know what maybe just say that right now. But definitely being open. It feels like you're reaching a pinnacle in your life, success in your life. Nine of Pentacles can certainly talk about, well, it is very independent energy. Doesn't mean like, I want to live alone, that type of thing, but it is the energy of being able to take care of oneself. Again, I love this for um anyone starting a business, or maybe you've already begun the business and now you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. And we have such strong love on this top line that I kind of love seeing your money, your career, your creativity also being highlighted, your spirituality, how you are now coming from the light and understanding the dark. I feel like we shouldn't run from the dark. We should face the dark, name the dark. You know what I mean? Because we are made up of light and dark. Okay. Hmm. 6 and a 5 is 11. Some of you, sometimes I hate saying this, but I feel like I have to say it. Some of you could certainly be in a twin flame relationship, or maybe you're not in a relationship yet. You know, when I see the Nine of Pentacles, sometimes I see a nine, I do think singular, but we opened this up with you connecting with another, mirroring with you connecting with another. We have shadow. This is the moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. The moon can certainly be uncertainty. Speaking of what I literally just said about our light side looking at our dark side, that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what's happening here. It's the understanding of both sides. You know, don't think you need to rid yourself of the shadow because sometimes you are going to need that. But it's that balance. So, how do I just love that it looks like your light being is looking at, again, the shadow. And it is mirroring over here the Hierophant, which again is about light. We just had a full moon in Leo, by the way. So what I was gonna say, then I don't know where my mind just went. Um, that in the moon's energy, sometimes it represents like uncertainties, right? I can only see as far as the moon allows me to see, but if it's a full moon, you can see pretty far. For some of you, this full moon may have been the activation of destiny, a time period. See what's on the bottom of the deck. Foundation and achievements. Look at the rainbow behind his house. It's interesting because the Hierophant, it's like he's got the good book in his hand. This little doggy is his spirit, spirit team, a spirit guide. It's almost like he wants to knock on that door. Should I? I wonder if his soulmate lives there. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have a soulmate that lives closer than you think. I have a feeling you haven't met this person yet. Maybe some of you have, but the way it's reading right now, it's following the wheel. So it's after that wheel spins. And also a blessing over that, over your destiny. Wow. Okay, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot. It's like a blessing over love and a blessing over your money, a blessing over your home. But listen, this isn't magic. These blessings are what I would call well earned. Again, as you raise your vibration, which I know many of you are. And by the way, what does that mean, raising my vibration? It just means that I'm going to live in truth, right? I'm going to live in my truth. I'm not going to deny myself, maybe joy. I'm going to take a chance on my creativity, maybe even take a chance in love. I love the Three of Pentacles coming right next to the soulmates. Again, it says spiritual union here. Because the Three of Pentacles is about the appreciation of the individual. Like it's your individuality and being proud of that. It definitely feels like your spiritual team is saying that. Like, we're proud of you. This person feels very humbled. I like that. Okay. Let's start at the beginning, but we will read it as a whole. We have the Six of Pentacles over justice and spiritual union. So, the Six of Pentacles is that fine art of give and take. That's what you're really learning in the Six of Pentacles. Even if you think back one card, the Five of Pentacles, sometimes, it can feel like something that happened outside of your control. But I have a feeling if it happened outside of your control, it's only because it's helping you to move into this destined period, this destined time. And by the way, when it says union, I feel like it's for the rest of your life. I feel like some things you could ask yourself relating to that sword is, do you give and give and give, but don't receive? Now, this is a very compassionate person, very compassionate and empathetic energy. So I naturally want to help, but I also have to know who I'm helping. And is it benefiting them or are they taking advantage of it? Because in the Six of Pentacles, it can be unbalanced, just like justice, right? Like unbalanced, I use the sword, boom, I become balanced. Mirroring another six. Okay. I feel like something Sagittarius is going to say this month is, I'm just not going to give of my energy to anyone. I'm not going to give of my money to just anyone. Like, I'm going to trust my intuition. What's ever unbalanced is what you're cutting out, is what I feel. Oh, look at this. Justice again. Right under temperance. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Probably you. Look at her lighting the flame. That little flame. It's like she just lit it. It's almost like she's telling the universe, okay, I'm ready. I used that sword. I lit my flame. And now I need the other flame. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because I don't feel that I need that other flame to come to me. It seems more symbolic. Like I'm telling the universe my flame is lit. And whenever, right? Whenever, because the Queen of Wands really isn't a fear-based energy. I don't have anything here that even talks about fear. Probably a decision does need to be made. But again, I feel like I could simply ask myself, who am I giving to? What am I giving to? And I don't mean this in an egotistical way, but is it benefiting me? Am I giving all my money away and I get nothing in return? And I don't mean to like charities. I mean like to someone. Am I giving all my time away? The Six of Pentacles wants you to understand that you deserve to receive as much as give. That's really what it wants you to understand. Like you deserve to receive. Well, it's coming over spiritual union. So I feel like number one, love. Queen of Wands is like, you got it, Sandy. You got it. By the way, I do feel like it's you, but it could be another Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries. That we really don't have any of them out on the board. All right, we have the Page of Cups coming over the Lovers. We have the Queen of Swords coming over the Hierophant. And then, hello, Victory. Six of Wands coming over Spiritual Strength. This is victory. Victory and success. I have to tell you, if you have, I want to call it a platform, but call it whatever you may, this is where other people really are seeking you out. Man, do I love this. If you have, let's just say you're using your spirituality, what you have learned and how you have grown in also a creative way. This reminds me this is also the year of the healers. And I feel like healers, you'll hear that call, you'll feel it, but you don't have to worry like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? This is where others will seek you out. So if you have a business, this is a great omen. And I love, again, that it's coming over your spiritual strength and it's mirroring temperance, divine timing, success, success, love, love. Death card. Card of Scorpio. Closing of a door. But it may be a good thing. Well, it is a good thing. Death card wouldn't show if it wasn't a good thing. The death card reminds us that, everything has its time. Um, not all things are meant to be in our lives for our whole life. It is learning when to close those doors with the promise of a new door opening. Now it's coming over the Nine of Pentacles, and it's making me feel like you may be going from singular energy into coupled energy. We'll see what follows it. That's just what I feel right now. This is about transformation. Coming over your money house. I'm going to go back and look at a couple cards. I just want to see what follows the death card. Hello, Magician. Hello, Manifester. What do you want to manifest today? If you notice the infinity sign, you can't miss it. As above, so below. No beginning, no end. Well, I get it with soulmate energy or even twin flame energy. It doesn't mean that every lifetime we're going to come in together, or maybe we come in together. It doesn't always mean that we're going to connect. So let's go back for a second. We have the Page of Cups coming over the Lovers. Page of Cups is your inner child. It can talk about someone you already know. When I think of Page, I think of a few things. First thing is the inner child, playfulness, joy is right next to it. But it can also represent someone of an earlier time. You may not know this. And a page can also talk about what's in the atmosphere. Love. Love is in the air. Everywhere you turn around. Interesting because here's this Queen of Swords. And I feel like she's using that sword. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, of course. But I feel like it's you. And I say you, I just mean who's ever in the reading. I don't even think of signs. But I feel like this is someone who is using that sword and mirroring the magician. What do you want to do next? Where do you want to go? What do you want to manifest? And how much do I love that it's mirroring your destiny? You know, it answers that question that a lot of people ask me. Do I need to spend the whole universal year 9 in the state of reflection? Of course not. Um, but this is, again, the final push. You know, I would say just ask yourself, do you feel that you have the clarity you need to move forward, even if you're uncertain? Are you willing to take chances? Queen of Wands would say yes. You're manifesting. And it's coming with transformation. So I feel like it's talking about you. I feel like you're the one who's like really, who's had this transformation. And it feels good. Like, I feel like, I don't feel like I feel like you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, even if you don't know why you're doing it. Now, I don't mean with the sword, because I feel like the sword, you know, that's why I'm not going to like go into, I'm just going to leave that up to you because I feel it's different things for different people, but I feel like you probably know. You probably know what it is. And using that sword is what opens up divine timing. And look at everything that follows. Look at everything that follows. All right. Um, I was going to stop there, but I think I'm going to go right below also. Stand your ground. Hmm. Well, you definitely have a right to stand your ground. But sometimes, I don't know why, but in Seven of Wands, I often feel like I'm just putting out other people's fires over and over and over again, or a particular person. Like, boom, I put out that fire, boom, another fire starts. Boom, I have to put out that one, another one starts. It gets old, it gets tiring, and it's almost like, I mean this in the most loving of ways, but it's like sometimes we have to be careful that we're not taking away someone's soul's lesson. Right. Maybe someone has to learn how to become independent on their own without you giving and giving and giving. All right. We have the two swords. We have the eight of pentacles. Beautiful. We have the three cups again. Death card. Close that door. Allow this transformation. It's got the three cups above it and the three cups below it with you in the Hierophant. Hello, beautiful Ace of Pentacles. Wow. It's like instant manifesting instantly. Ace of Pentacles talks about something that's coming into your physical world. I often feel this starts as a seed, and if I nurture this seed, it's just going to grow and grow and grow. I feel like you are manifesting fast. And your beautiful spiritual team, Judgment, look at them, connected to that Ace of Pentacles. Your spiritual team's calling you to the present moment. They also speak about a rebirth. They talk about the guidance that they're giving you, the signs that they send you. And often we can miss those signs if we're still living in the past or projecting ourselves too far out in the future. Excuse me one second. Okay, sorry about that. So anyways, Judgment, your spiritual team calling you to the present moment. This Ace of Pentacles wants to come in. It's ready to come in. The Magician. I feel like this is you also helping to manifest this. Maybe you don't even know. What I love, though, is this means that your spiritual team is definitely guiding you. I mean, I already knew that, but I feel like they really want you to notice these signs because they feel like they're about to produce a lot of fruit. The Ace of Pentacles again comes in as a seed, but if I nurture this seed, well, number one, it can turn into the Nine of Pentacles. That is success. I feel like it's also talking about one of these lovers also coming into your life, but your ability to manifest it is really what it's talking about. And your spiritual team just guiding you. Like, we'll guide you. But we do need you in the present moment so that you'll be able to see these signs. And by the way, if you're unsure, like, was that a sign from my spiritual team? Ask for them to send it again. They'll be happy to send it again. So look at Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles mirroring your will, your destiny. Look at Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles also mirroring the Lovers. Wow. This queen over here who's using that sword, and by the way, she's got all these beautiful white doves flying around her. So I don't feel like I'm using this sword out of malice. It's what I need to do. And then, boom, married by the Magician. And then I start manifesting. You put this Ace of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles, that does bring us to the Ten of Pentacles. Now, we got to go back because we do have the Two of Swords. This can be a little bit of a block. It can be a little bit of a fear factor. Often this means if someone's wearing a blindfold, there may be a truth that someone doesn't want to face, but it definitely serves you to face it. Again, it can tie back to justice. And, I feel like whatever we fear, the reason why we wear the blindfold, I feel like the longer we wear that blindfold, the bigger that fear becomes. Like this 2 turns into the 5, that turns into the 8, that turns into the 9, so on and so forth. But this is a 2. And I often feel that the Two of Swords is just natural fear. It's natural. Like, let's say that you meet whoever is coming into your life. Oh, you're coming into each other's lives, by the way. It makes sense that you would be a little fearful, especially because you just had to use that sword. You don't want to repeat that. But there's nothing here saying that you will. And, maybe your question is, can I be successful, both in love and money? Eight of Pentacles would answer that question. Because the Eight of Pentacles it tells you if you're willing to put your focus on whatever it is you want to grow, then you will grow it. This is also the willingness to go into something as the apprentice, especially with the Six of Wands above it. Could be, again, for some of you, something new you're beginning. 8 is about a new beginning. But again, the number of infinity, right there with the Magician. So, how do I know I can be successful? I wasn't successful in love last time. Just focus on it. This isn't the same as what you had to use that sword on. It just isn't. It isn't the same. This is about a new beginning. And then the energy of victory right above it, but it's also connected to Temperance, your major arcana. Doing something right in divine timing. And I feel like you're being led, you're being guided. Some of this energy is going to start opening up and you're just going to be surprised. You're going to be like, holy shit, she was right. Okay. Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Someone that I used to know. Can certainly talk about someone of the past. Interesting, Mother Mary brought out children. 2 children. Got the cups all around them. They're all standing. It's almost like before I even realized that there could be heartache. Can also talk about past lives, especially with the energy we have on the board. And I feel like it's probably both. And what I mean by that, well, even if you know, like this Page of Cups, this could certainly represent someone that you already know. But even if it's from a past lifetime, you still know them because you're soul connected forever and forevermore. 9 of Swords underneath that, though. All right. I think what I want to do is I want to bring in the clarifying love situations. And let's just take a couple. And then we'll bring out the romance angels, because this reading is definitely calling for the romance angels. All right. Okay, we got quite a bit. Hanging on. I just want to show you also, no matter which way the card comes out, there's a message. So it came out this direction. Hanging on. Release the past and let yourself love again. Wow. Release the past and let yourself love again. Hidden thorns. Look beyond the romance to discern true intentions. Look beyond the romance to discern true intentions. Boundless spirit. Your only limits are the ones you put on yourself. Your only limits are the ones you put on yourself. And then here we go with children again. Children are involved or someone is being immature. Interesting. I have to tell you, I feel like this is again tying us back to Mother Mary's energy of children. I do feel like there's definitely some people here who I feel like you know who I'm talking about. By the way, in the Six of Cups, this is not someone, I mean, I don't want to say that you weren't in a relationship and it could have hurt when you broke up, that type of thing. But when you think of this person, if you know who this person is, it brings happy thoughts to you. It reminds me of like Sam and I's story. Many times, like, when I'd lay my head down on the pillow at night, especially when life was not going well, especially in love, I would just think about him. He was my first love, and we really were children. We were 15. And then 40 years later, he reaches out, makes that fateful phone call, and now we live together. We're actually coming up on our 5th-year anniversary on March 8th. So that makes so much sense. Okay, let's go ahead and bring out the romance angels. I'm going to pick these up though. I don't know. I feel like I know a certain card's going to come out. I just feel it. Let's see. See if my intuition is right. Hold my Moldavite. We already know that there's the potential of the soulmate union here. We already know that. We already know there's a potential of also twin flame connection. It's already here. We know all that. It's all part of your destiny. It may not have happened in the time that you had wanted, but it's happening in divine timing. We want to trust that. Again, like using myself for an example, Sam and I were together. We were each other's first love, but that didn't guarantee us that we were going to be together. Um, do I think him and I are twin flames? I do. I mean, I know that we are, but that didn't guarantee us, right? But when the time was right, the time was right. And I have to tell you, um, I'm a Virgo. Well, not all Virgos are like this, but I'm someone who I just can't cheat. Like, I just can't. And, like when I was married way back, like I got married in 79, um, my husband cheated right away. And I had all these opportunities, but I just couldn't do it. My morals wouldn't let me. So why am I saying this? I don't know. I don't know why um, so anyways, I was with someone for 25 years and I had just left 2 weeks before Sam called. Now, do I think that was divine timing? I do. Because if I was still with that other person, even though I would have wanted to be with Sam, I would have said no. But because I had left and I was now living in my own place, 2 weeks, that's it. The phone rings. It's Sam. And that was the beginning of everything. And, when I say expect the unexpected, I really mean it. Oh my gosh. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. Wow. I just love that for you. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate, may differ from your usual type and expectations. I love this energy because I feel like this man definitely wants to win this woman over. Of course, it could be the other way around. Um, some of you could have children. It's like come as a package deal. I love the angel's influence here. It's like meant to be. It's almost like protecting. Just keep an open mind. Expect the unexpected. Let it play out. I have to say, that sort of justice feels more important than anything on this board because I feel like it is that sword. It is the cutting of ties to just whatever is not serving your life anymore. It's no longer working. It's no longer bringing you joy or happiness or abundance or anything. Probably the opposite. But it is the minute you use that sword that everything starts moving. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. Even this Ace of Pentacles, it tells you that it's coming into your physical world. But I also love it right next to the Nine of Pentacles. So, the Nine of Pentacles, you're creating success for yourself. This isn't about not doing what you do. This is about continuing to do what you do because clearly you do it well. And, I feel like there may be a few who really just wanted confirmation they were on the right path. I feel like this is your confirmation. You may not have seen the fruits of your labors yet, but they're coming. Just, you do have to put the work in. But I feel like in the Nine of Pentacles, it's usually work that I love doing anyway. It's like when I do tarot. I love doing tarot. Yes, it is hard. I mean, it's not hard, but it does drain me of all my energy. Every reading, I give every reading everything. And then I do have to take some time. That's why very seldom will I do two readings in a row or two readings in one day. Uh, Anyways, this is a romance of a lifetime. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I feel like it's just saying be open. Be open. You can say no. That is your prerogative. Or you can say yes. And I don't feel like there's a whole hell of a lot you need to do other than use that sword. I feel like the rest just takes care of itself. I feel like let's say you use that sword and then you put your focus back on you, right? You allow your creative nature to shine, which you have great creative abilities. So you're allowing them to shine. Literally looks like you're lighting that flame, which to me feels like a symbol to the universe. I am ready. But also just trusting in divine timing. You have so much divine energy on this board. I told you I love doing your readings. I mean, I don't know that we could ask for a better result. Now, again, you can say yes, you can say no. But this is about transformation of your life. It's like your life is going to look so different. You just don't know that yet. You just don't know that yet. And it could happen at any moment. That's what judgment tells you. Like, be in the present moment, and I promise that I will guide you. If there's certain dreams that you'd like to see come true, and you're willing to put focus on it, then I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to help guide you. I'm going to help guide the right people into your life. I'm going to help guide the right situations or put you in the right situation. And the more that you really trust within your spiritual team, divine, God, the more you start to see these blessings just come to fruition. You are the manifester here. It all begins with you. Power, spiritual power, but to use on this physical plane. Sagittarius, what a reading. Um, I feel like it's so clear that I don't feel like I need to even clarify anything else. I mean, you tell me what you think, but to me, it just feels that clear. And now I put the ball in your court. I love you guys. Truly. Thank you. As always, I cannot wait to read your comments. And by the way, even if I don't reply right away, I do read your comment right away because it sends me a notification. So I do read it. But sometimes I want to like really be able to comment back. So that's when I may come back days late. I do like take a day where I try to go into the comment section and read your comments, answer some questions, whatever. But again, I really can't wait to read your comments. Let me know where you're at. Let me know what that sword means for you. But I'm telling you, the minute you use that sword, it's like boom, that wheel starts spinning. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you next time on our channel. Happy March, by the way. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I have a feeling there are some things that are going on here that's going to last for the rest of your life, but it feels like both love and money. Doesn't mean like in your creative house you won't continue to add, to grow. You will. Even your love will continue to grow. Your guides were very clear in this reading. Okay, I'm still talking. I love you guys. Thank you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.